What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Rise with Rami podcast. Today, I am going to talk to you guys about my journey with endometriosis, and I am so excited to share this one with you guys because I have been sleeping on talking about this. I launched my business back in March, healed endometriosis back in March, and calling myself out because I love doing that shit. I just barely talk about the fact that I cured it. I'm a fucking magician or something. I cured the endo. It is fucking gone out of my body. And I am going to tell you all about it. But let's go back to the beginning. So I was diagnosed with endometriosis in 2019. Leading up to that, I reckon it was 6 months of trying to get a diagnosis. I was in constant pain, stomach pain, uterus pain, back pain, all forms of fucking pain. There were days when I literally just could not get out of bed. A hot water bottle wouldn't help, Nurofen wouldn't help, Voltaren wouldn't help. No anti-inflammatories was helping me. What else did I have? God, I can't remember. Oh yeah, sorry, it's been so long. Really heavy periods. I had spotting in between my periods. Nothing was regular. It was just really hard. It was just a really challenging time. And I was just on the pill at the time as well. And I'd been on the pill already for, let's say, far out. I want to say 5 years already, on and off. So for me, it was kind of I'm on the pill. Why is this even happening right now? So I went from doctor to doctor to doctor to doctor. And initially I didn't even think about going to a gynecologist. I literally was just I'm going to go to the doctor and see how it goes. So I literally went to 6, I shit you not, I went to 6 doctors, and I went on 3 different types of antibiotics. One doctor just reissued me the same one, and then went to another doctor and they were like, why are you going on this one? And I was like, I don't know, do I look like the doctor? I don't think so. You guys are the ones that are supposed to be helping me. You guys are the ones that are supposed to have all the answers here, not me. Anyway, by the time I got to the final doctor, female doctor, she literally was like, why haven't you gone to see a gynecologist? And again, I was like, I don't fucking know. I was young, I was naive, I was 25, and I just didn't know any better. I did not know, was I 25? 24, 25, whatever. I didn't know any better. I didn't know, I just wasn't exposed to this type of information. Endometriosis was not even in my fucking vocab. I didn't even know it existed. So when I went to the gyno, she just knew straight away. She's like, oh, there's a 90% chance it's endo, but you'll have to go have a surgery so we can actually know. Because leading up to that, bear in mind, I had done x-rays, I had done ultrasounds, what else I did? An MRI. I was doing all the things and no one knew what was going on. I knew inside something is wrong here. Something's not okay. And no matter what test I did, no matter what doctor I did, even going to the gyno, I still had to go have surgery apparently to get an answer, which is fucked. I'm sorry. In this day and age, you're telling me that I had to go have surgery so you could tell me what's wrong with me? Anyway, whatever. That was the old mindset. The old mindset thought that there was something wrong with me. The old mindset needed a diagnosis because the old mindset of me, the past me, didn't know how... my God, how do I even word this? I guess the past me didn't know that there was so much more out there. The past me didn't know about holistic healing, about emotions and how they affect the body. I didn't know any of that because, again, I just wasn't exposed to it, right? So we can never really fault people if they're never exposed to it. And I guess I never chose to because, again, no one around me was in this space, in this mindset space, NLP, personal development, all the things. So had the surgery early 2020, and their solution after the surgery was to make sure I had the Mirena. So I had the Mirena inserted while I was in surgery, which was the hormonal Mirena, plus be on a pill, a contraceptive pill for 3 months. Fuck me, I was injecting pretty much so many different types of hormones inside of me that I was fucking depressed. I knew something was wrong, but I couldn't figure it out. I would be in the shower crying, just being like, what is wrong? Because my life seemed fine. There was nothing wrong in my life. And because I'd done the surgery, I thought that was my answer. And I honestly felt burnt out by this point because I was like, why am I still suffering when the surgery and the Mirena and the pill were supposed to help me? I shit you not, my body was rejecting it. my body was rejecting the Marina so hard. I had like, this is obviously TMI, like not really, it's whatever, whoever's listening, it might be TMI, but like I literally could feel it. Like I could feel it. And I remember asking my friends who had the Marina, like, I was like, is this normal? Are you supposed to feel it? Rah, rah. And they were like, absolutely not. Like you need to go and get it checked. So went to the gyno and she was like, we got to take this bad boy out. And I was like, oh my God, like here we go again, another fucking thing. Got that yanked out. Fuck me, that hurt. I still remember the day, the pain. Anyway. And she goes, well, you're just going to have to stay on the pill. And I was like, okay. So staying on this pill, can't even remember what it was called because then eventually it went out of stock. Like it was one specifically for endo. And the point of the pill was to delay the onset of the symptoms. So just because I had surgery didn't fully mean that it was going to go away. It just meant that being on this pill will delay the symptoms or delay it from growing back. So it'd been a few months and then I was like, I think I'm going to get a second opinion, like a different gyno. And one of my girlfriends had seen this gyno and said that they were amazing. So I was like, all right, I'll just give it a shot. Went and saw them and I left that first appointment crying because they had the audacity to say to me, oh, like you better hurry up and have kids because that's what's going to help you. Or like you better, something like you're going to have kids because it's going to get too hard later in life. Bear in mind, I was 25 and single at the time. Do you know how shit I felt? Like, I left feeling like, oh my God, my answer is to have a fucking child. And I, shit you not, from that point, it actually made me resent having children. Now that I look back, like, there was a period of my life where I really didn't want to have kids. And honestly, that was one of the driving forces. Like, I didn't want to have a kid just because that was what, sorry, if you're, something just flew by me. Anyway, I didn't want to have a kid to cure the endo. Like, that's fucking huge. Are you joking? Anyway, couldn't believe they said that to me. So, yeah, this gyno put me on a different pill. So there goes my body again, like readapting to a new one. And you know what? I just sucked it up. Like that one seemed to work. I was like, whatever, like I'm not in too much pain. The periods are kind of better. I'm not spotting all the time. Rah, rah, rah. And everyone would always be like to me, oh, how's your endometriosis? How's your endo? Rah, rah, rah. Keyword on the your, and I'll get to that after. So more time goes by and in December 2023, I hired my mindset mentor and I told her that I had endo. It was my endometriosis at the time, another keyword, we'll get to that. And we had done a few sessions together and I had agreed to go and do NLP. I was like, yep, fuck it. I want to be a mindset coach. I'm going to do NLP. And she said to me, she's like, you will walk in with endometriosis and you'll walk out without it. And I literally was like, is this bitch on crack? Like I was so skeptical because I was, before NLP, a very, very different person. And I just, like, there was a part of me that was like, what do you mean? Like, I'm supposed to just like have a child and that's how it goes. I've been told that it's never going to go away. You're telling me I'm going to go do this 7-day course to deal with my feelings and it's going to go. Like, okay, yeah, sure. Anyway, so a little skeptical, but I was like, all right, whatever. So March 2023, went to NLP. March 2024. Oh my God, last year. Fuck me. I said 2023 because it feels like forever ago, but it's really not that long ago, eh? Last year in March, went to NLP in the Gold Coast and it was one of my intentions to deal with it because I'd remembered my coach at the time saying you'll walk in with it and you'll walk out without it. And I was like, cool, I'm going to set the intention that I'm going to let it go. Like all my shit, like I had the biggest transformation of my whole life because I set that intention. I set the intention to lay it all out on the table, to get rid of everything, to deal with everything humanely possible. Because at that time, NLP was the biggest investment I made in my mindset at the time. I've made much more now. So I was like, whatever, like I need to put in what I have financially put in. And it was a lot at the time. So I reckon it was like day 2. I can't remember. It was day 1 or 2. And I remember I told the lady that runs it, Liz, I told her, I was like, I've got endo. I've got endometriosis. And she and a few other women in the team made me realize, and I guess the whole week at NLP made me realize that your emotions create health conditions. Yes, there's obviously other factors into play. Poor diet, you don't exercise, this and that, rah, rah. Emotions though, fucking powerful. How much your emotions make you fucking sick. And that's what creates anxiety. That's what creates depression. And I had only seen that as I guess the mental health conditions. I never really saw it as the physical ones, because endometriosis is, I guess, physical, is what I thought at the time. And I remember them saying it's your anger, it's your shame, it's your guilt, and it's actually your lack of femininity. So I was so masculine, especially with the role that I'm in as well, my shift work, it's a very masculine role. And I didn't realize that over time, all of those emotions and my, I guess, dislike for being a woman, or I remember when I used to get my period, I used to complain. How often, if you're a woman listening to this, how often do you fucking complain about getting your period? You actually don't realize the emotions that's getting put into your body when you say things like that. So I'm just going to call you out now. If you say shit like that, fucking stop. You do not realize how bad that is for your mind and your body, saying that you don't like it, because it's natural. It's a part of your life. It's a part of your womanhood. And I have grown to actually love it now. And in the past, I never did. I used to complain and be like, oh my God, now I gotta go do this. And it's gonna, no, this is part of my life. I accept it and I love it because it's a part of being a woman. And in the past, fucking centuries ago, women were getting celebrated. They were getting praised. You were fucking everything as soon as you got your period. And for some reason, society fucking flipped it and was like, nah, this is disgusting. This is gross. Fuck off. Straight up, fuck off. It's not gross. Okay? Anyway, rant over. So back to the prac room. Like I said, told them I had endo, told them I was on the pill. And Liz said to me, she was like, you need to get off the pill. And I remember being so fucking scared. I literally was like, I can't. I had been on the pill for so many years, and I'd realized the attachment I created, how much I relied on it. Rather than actually dealing with feelings that might create the endo, I wanted to mask it, keep having the fucking pill every day so that I didn't have to deal with the problem. That was kind of the revelations I was starting to have while I was at NLP. I was like, fuck, man, I can't believe how much I'm relying on this thing, this pill, and I don't actually even know what it's doing to me. All you girls that are listening to this, do you even know what the pill is doing to you? I bet you don't. But when you were younger, doctors said, oh, if you don't want to get pregnant, here, have a pill. Oh, if you don't want acne, here, have a pill. Think about the fucking things that's actually doing to your body and go do some research, okay? Because it's actually fucked. It's fucked. I'm just saying it. Whatever. Anyway, so I remember I went back to my room that night and I looked at my pill. I looked at the packet, and there were moments in my life when I did want to get off the pill, and I had tried every now and then. I would not do it for a day, and then boom, all the pain, the heavy period, and I was like, nah, and then I would take it again the next day because I was like, fuck it, I'm too scared to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this. The pill helps, in quotations. Got off the pill that night, and I went the next day, and I celebrated it. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm off the pill. This is great. We're going to see how we go. And Liz said to me, she's like, because I think we had done ECT by then. I don't know. Anyway, we had dealt with a bunch of shit. ECT is emotional change technique where you deal with really big emotions like anger, sadness, fear, shame, hurt, guilt, and any limiting beliefs. So not being good enough. And it was the next day I went up to her really quickly before the day started, and I'm just like, hey, and this is when the skepticism came in, when I was like, I don't think this shit fucking works, And I remember I told her, I was like, hey, I'm in pain still, and I'm actually bleeding a lot. What the actual fuck is going on? And she goes, do you want to deal with it right now? And I was like, I remember looking at her thinking what is about to happen? Because if you've done NLP and you're listening to this, it's fucking Hogwarts in that room. It is fucking magic everywhere. Anyway, and I told her, I was like, obviously, I want to fucking leave without the endo. So she sat me down in front of the whole room. In front of the whole room. There was a lot of fucking people in that room. And she did something called the pain paradigm. And oh my God, that was literally what changed everything for me. Like, it was like, this is when I realized how simple it is to heal yourself by language, by questions, by reflecting, but like language specifically. And she would ask me, she was like, so the pain paradigm is something like, the pain that, like, oh my God, I'm trying to fucking remember what it is. It's like, she would ask me like, oh, the pain in your uterus, how does that make you feel? The pain in your uterus, how does that make you feel? And I would literally be like angry, sad, pissed off, rah, rah. And I was just like crying. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And she kept going until the pain went away. And until, actually, no, sorry, she kept going until I started to say more positive words. And I was like, oh, love? And then as soon as I'm pretty sure I said love or something. I said something like really positive. And then she goes, like, is there any pain? And I was like, no. And then that was literally it. Like we uncovered the underlying issue just by her asking me, like, the pain in my uterus, how does it make me feel? And I was like, oh my God, like all that anger, all that shame, all that guilt, it was fucking stuck in there. It was stuck. And it was just that simple. As soon as I addressed it, just let it go. I was like, holy shit. Like, oh, sorry, I never say that. It's really bad. Like, I couldn't believe it. And you might be listening thinking, nah, this is not fucking true. It's true. It's true, because we finished the rest of the week. We did ECT, did some hypnosis. And then ever since then, I have never had the same amount of pain. I've never had like really bad periods, like no spotting in between periods, nothing. After NLP as well, I did like a 6 to 8 week course with them called Enrapture. I started that in June, and it was the most beautiful course about womanhood, about your cycle, about loving being a woman, and like learning about like your generations and like all these sorts of things. And even learning about that and helping me step more into my womanhood, step more into loving being a woman, I know for a fact is what also assisted in the healing. Because hating yourself, hating your body, hating being a woman, all that shit gets trapped in your uterus. All of it. And actually getting to the root cause, which is what NLP does, is what allows you to let go of all of the emotions that are stuck in your body. They literally fucking disappear. Like, if you are someone who has some sort of physical condition, I guarantee you that there is a holistic way, there is another way to deal with it. You know? It's like Joe Dispenza. Like, he's one of my like idols, and like how he healed himself through his fucking crazy back injury and the things that he teaches now. And I remember he's got this one quote, and he said to me, he's like, if your thoughts can make you sick, your thoughts can also make you feel better. And like, I remember listening to that and I was like, oh my God, like, it's true. Because we're so quick as a society to know that our shitty thoughts make us feel like fucking crap, and they create that anxiety and that depression and all that sort of shit. But as soon as it comes to healing it, people are like, nah, it can't. You got to have a pill, or you got to have a surgery. You got to have this, you got to have that. If you actually just like open your eyes, open your mind, open your heart to what else is out there, you'd realize that there are so many more ways, healthier ways to healing. And I can hand on heart and so proudly now say that I don't have it. I don't have it. And that's fucking cool. It's cool because I was told it would never fucking go away. And I'm sitting here telling you I don't have it. The endo is gone. Back on language, saying it was my endo. When my friends would be like, your endo. That is merging your identity with the disease. And I'm going to call you out when you say, oh, my anxiety, my depression, my ADHD, my PCOS, like whatever it is not yours. Another way to heal it is by removing yourself, by removing yourself from the condition. It's not yours. It is not fucking yours, okay? Get rid of your relationship with it, and that way you'll also be able to fucking get rid of it completely from your body, because you don't realize the language, oh, it's mine, my endo, my this, my that. It was never yours to begin with. Once you separate yourself from the disease and you choose to call it the endo, the anxiety, the ADHD, then you can almost visualize it as something else. And then you can also visualize it going. That's how easy it gets to be. It's literally that simple. This shit is life-changing, and it's honestly so much more of a reason why I wanted to become a coach. And this year I know I'm stepping so much more into this holistic space. Like, there's so much I want to be able to share and teach you guys, and there is so much more to life than getting diagnosed, shoving pills down your fucking throat, getting a marina, having surgeries. Like, if you know at the start, like, this is where you can prevent these things from the start, like nipping it in the bud from the beginning by tackling the emotions that are involved. There's this incredible book called The Secret Language of Your Body, and it is so life-changing because it shows you the different types of diseases out there and the emotions that are related to it. And I recommend that book to every single one of my clients, and I'm recommending it to you now if you've never heard about it. It's called The Secret Language of Your Body by, I've got it behind me, Inner Segal. So highly recommend, if you want to step into this space, if you're sick of fucking Western medicine and you want to learn new things, go get that book and learn some more. Ask for help, go get more resources, go get more advice, go research more, like, talk to more people in the holistic space if that is something that you're interested in, and trust that there are more answers and there's more information out there for you. And I trust that this lands for you, and I'm so excited and so happy that I've been able to share this with you today. And I'm so grateful for you for listening to my journey and hearing how powerful mindset work is and how powerful NLP is, because it changed my life and it can change yours. Thank you so much for listening. If you have more questions around this, please feel free to share. There'll be so many more episodes about this. Like, oh my God, I just have so much to share. So thank you for listening. If you decide to share this on your Instagram, please tag me at Rise with Rami on Instagram. I love to connect with you guys, and I'd love to know who is listening and who this is resonating with. And if you can rate my podcast and also subscribe onto my YouTube, I'd greatly appreciate that. Thank you. And I'm sending you so much love and healing. Bye-bye.